happened through normal casting. You know, we were all set up in Los Angeles because that was all the money that we had. So we had the casting director from LA Law. They were during their hiatus was going on. And so, you know, Tim came in, and Michael came in, and Chris came in, and I really liked the idea of Lawrence Turney. He came in, and we met a lot of different, a lot of different people. I mean, a lot of really wild people came in and read for the parts. Tom Waits came in and read. I had Tom Waits read the Madonna speech just so I could hear Tom Waits say it.
I want to see that.
And actually, he actually gave me like the first, I mean, other than Harvey, he gave me one of the first like profound compliments on the script. He was like, the script's great. It's poetry, you know? And no one had ever called my work poetic before, but that was by a poet no less. That felt pretty good. And then finally, but Harvey was like, guys, it's just not right that we're not going to New York. You know, we got to give them at least a chance. And New York actors, we got to give them a chance, you know? And they're like, wow, we agree, but we just can't afford it. And finally, Harvey, just figured, okay, well, look, let's go for the weekend. And he arranged it through a casting director friend of his. They got an office. And also, the New York actors knew about Reservoir Dogs. They had gotten the script, so they were like, well, when are you coming to New York? Well, you're not coming to New York. And they were like, God, give us a chance, give us a chance. So we had one weekend, and Harvey paid for me and Lawrence to fly to New York and got us a couple of hotel rooms at the Mayflower. And Harvey was in first class, we were in coach. I remember halfway through the flight.
Baggage was full.
Yeah, I want to be sky skiing in the back there, we actually met in the middle to have a drink or kind of a talk with Harvey in the middle of the flight. And Harvey goes, I mean, I guess in a perfect world, there'd be no such thing as first class. But since there is, I'm going to fly it. And so we met with a whole bunch of New York actors, and that's where we got Steve. Thank you, Harvey.
That's why, to this day, I enjoy reminding Steve Buscemi that he owes me his career. He's the only actor.
Give me $25.
And were you always Mr. Pink? Did you audition for Mr. Pink?
Hey, Quentin, remember when I told you I wanted to be Mr. Pink?
Well, naturally, these guys all, except for Tim, these guys all wanted to be different parts.
I was pretty clear.
I remember reading for another part, but I can't remember which one it was.
I came in and I read for Mr. Pink.
Yep.
Yeah, Quentin actually let me do it even though I was already Mr. Blonde.
Yeah.
And I went through the whole thing. I did all Mr. Pink's scenes. And Quentin just stood there watching me and watching me. I remember Harvey had bare feet. And at the end, I was all done, and I thought I did a really great job. And I was like, yeah, man, okay. I get a lot of scenes with Harvey now. This is going to be good. And Quentin looks at me and he goes, you're not Mr. Pink. You're Mr. Blonde. Oh, you're not in the movie.
Do you remember when me and Steve used to go and have a pint around the corner down in LA when we were filming, and he would, or actually I think when we were rehearsing, and me and Steve would do the scenes. He would do the scenes as Quentin. Quite often that was the speech pattern that we would just be fucking around in the bar, at the beer and doing a thing, and it was like, oh, do it, please do it again, do it as much. And it's kind of there. The speech pattern is kind of there.
Yeah, it's a mix between.
I don't know if that's offensive or not.
Yeah, I've heard his point. It's not so bad.
Come on.
Oh, no. Sorry.
You bastard.
I gotta tell you, one of the things with Mike, there's actually any actors out here, kind of interesting thing to pass on was you know, Mike was, you know, pretty hot. He had just done Thelma and Louise, and that literally was opening around the time that we were casting. And so there was a lot of people trying to, you know, get Mike for movies, and Harvey had actually recommended Mike because they had worked together on Thelma and Louise. And it was one of those things where we had to kind of make a decision on Mike before I was 100% ready to make the decision on everybody else. So I thought, well, okay, well, we can do that. Well, let's just make it a Mr. Blonde day, all right? The whole day will be Mr. Blonde. We'll look at all the people that we like from Mr. Blonde, and we'll bring them in, and then just all day will be, you know, the final auditions for Mr. Blonde. And then we'll bring Michael in at the end. And so we're kind of setting it up to make it, you know, kind of setting it up good for Michael. Nevertheless, so Michael had only read one scene of Mr. Blonde's before that, and that was the scene in the office, talking to Joe.
Great scene.
Yeah, and so the thing is, so since it was going to be the final callback, the idea was you were to come in and do that scene, I think do one other scene, and then give us your torture scene. And so that whole day, actors all came in and they all kind of did their dance and did the torture scene and did everything else. And frankly, the first time a guy came in and actually did it to Stuck in the Middle with You, he was okay. But it was the first time we'd actually heard the scene with the music playing, other than just being written in the script. And I remember me and Lawrence looking at each other like, oh shit, this scene's gonna be fucking awesome. This is really great, all right? I mean, it's funny, all the things you write, but until you actually see them, it was a thrill. So all day long, I gave actors these 3 tasks, and those actors did those 3 tasks.
We love you, Mike.
Okay. Then Michael comes in. And okay, so now Michael obviously is going to do the scene that he's already done before. He's going to do this other scene, and then he's going to do his version of the torture scene. So we have an idea of what he's going to do and get a sense of it. And he walks in there and he goes, yeah, I didn't work on any of those other 2 scenes. I just, you know, worked on the scene that I just worked a little further on the scene I'd already done. I couldn't believe the balls of this fucking guy, all right? He's just gonna fucking ignore what I fucking said? Like, 17 fucking guys did exactly what I asked them to do. Oh, but not you. No, we're not gonna do, well, we're gonna do it this way instead, all right? So I'm like, you know, very folded arms. Motherfucker, let's see it. But you know what? He was amazing. He didn't fuck around. He actually took the scene that he'd already done and he took it to a deeper, more solid, more lived-in place that was fantastic. It wasn't an audition scene. It was camera ready. And you know, so the thing about it is, there's a lesson to be learned there. More than likely, you should follow what the director says. However, if you're gonna fuck around and do some things, you do have control in that room and you can dictate shit if you're that good. If you do the work, and he did the work.